Okay, hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We are scheduled to get started right at 4 o'clock, but it looks like we still have a few registrants logging in, so that's exciting. So I'm just going to wait a minute or two while they get connected, and then we'll get started. I'm just looking over to the right because that's where I am, and so I keep looking at myself when I'm talking. But anyway, we'll get started in a few minutes. All right, we'll give it like 30 more seconds, I think, and that should be enough time. Hopefully whoever's logging in here from Massachusetts, you're having power and all that, and you're staying warm. We have a little bit of a storm here, and things are a little bit crazy, but it's all good. It's spring. The daffodils have sprouted in the Longwood Medical area, along campus in the Longwood Medical area. So that's a good sign, regardless of the weather we're having out on our doorstep. So, okay. So I've given about a minute and a half or so, and it looks like people are done logging in, I believe. They can still log in, but I think most have logged in at this point. So let's get started. Okay. So hello and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Megan Kelly. I am the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions and Admissions Counselor on the Boston campus of MCPHS. I do work with nursing applicants on that campus, both post-baccalaureate and accelerated. And with me here today, I do have Christian. So I will let him introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christian. I work with the Worcester campus and I work with the nursing programs here. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions. So it's good to meet all of you, and anyone that is interested in Worcester, I would be your point of contact.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And for those of you who have heard from Hannah Cassell or have been working with Hannah, Hannah is one of our folks who have their power is out. So she will not be joining us today. But nonetheless, Christian and I are pleased to be here today to talk about our university's offering through the School of Nursing. During this webinar, we will talk about the university, the Postbac BSN program, as well as our online nurse practitioner programs, the application process, and finally we'll end with a Q&A. And that will cover any additional questions that you might have that we haven't covered. But if you do have any questions during this presentation, please do feel free to leave them in the Q&A box. It's at the corner of your screen, and we'll be happy to answer those after the presentation. Please do keep in mind that this webinar will be recorded. So if you miss anything or you need to log out before the end, we can definitely send out the recording later this week, okay? So with that being said, let's get started here. So first off, congratulations on making the decision to pursue a career in healthcare. Healthcare is a great field, an incredible field to get into right now. The field is in incredibly high demand, especially with the aging population. And the demand is really projected to increase over the next several years. So our students here have been finding job placements not long after graduation, like very soon after graduation, and some are even receiving job offers before they graduate. As nursing applicants, you probably already know that the profession has a very strong projected job growth, which we can see here. And the profession also ranks among the top 30 healthcare careers, according to US News and World Report. So it's an amazing place to be. We do realize that returning to school for your degree will definitely be an investment of time and money. But based on the current job outlook and the quality of education you'll get here at MCPHS, We really strongly believe that this will be a good investment of your resources. So here are some really fun facts about MCP. If you didn't know, or MCPHS rather, if you didn't know, we are a healthcare specific university. You can probably see my hands. I always talk with my hands. Sorry, you only maybe see the tips, but anyway, we do offer over 100 different programs in different health fields. We've been around a very long time, and we are over 200. We're actually, I think this year going to be 201. We've been celebrating for a while, so that's why I kind of forget, but we're over 200, probably getting close to 201 by now. We are the oldest school in Boston. Move over Harvard because you're in Cambridge. We are right in Boston. We are 200, okay? And so we started with just a pharmacy program here in Boston, and we've grown a lot since with all of the different programs we have. We're super proud of that. We do also have over 7,500 students between our three campuses, the Boston, Manchester, New Hampshire, and Worcester, Mass, as well as our online branch. So we're always expanding and we're not going anywhere. Okay, sorry. Healthcare here is our specialty. I wasn't sure if I should change the page, but I have a little bit more to say about our clinical. Sorry. So healthcare, like I said, is our specialty, and many of our faculty are still working in the healthcare field while they're also teaching. They are full-time faculty with us, though, so do keep that in mind. They're very well versed in the courses, in the material that they're teaching, and they're constantly staying up to date with the current healthcare system. And then through school-sponsored events and other types of social activities, our students learn a lot about the different healthcare professions even before entering the field, which we will talk about a little bit more in a few more slides. But lastly, we do really pride ourselves on maintaining those clinical affiliations with some of the leading medical institutions in the nation. Some well-known sites where our nursing students regularly complete their clinical rotations are right here: Boston Children's Hospital, Mass General, Brigham and Women's Hospital. Up north, more north is, or west, I'm sorry, St. Vincent's, Elliott's Hospital, Catholic Medical Center, many more. We have large Boston, or large, I should say, hospitals, because like UMass Memorial, UMass Medical is a huge hospital out in Worcester. Then we have small community hospitals specific to different regions, if you will. Nonetheless, we have a tremendous amount of schools and affiliations. I'm sorry, hospitals and affiliations. And also a fun fact, a few weeks ago in the Boston Longwood medical area, there was the very first kidney transplant from a pig to a human. They finally released the man on the news. So I'm not sure if anybody saw that. It wasn't an MCPHS student that performed it, but nonetheless, it was in this Longwood medical area. So having that type of our school in that type of area, and having our students, no matter which campus you're going to, have access to that type of environment is amazing. So you're really learning from the best. Here is a little bit of a glance, I should say, at our locations. First is the Boston campus, founded 2 years ago. This is our largest and oldest campus. It is located near the Longwood Medical area, which is surrounded by, like I mentioned, several well-known healthcare facilities. A majority of the programs we offer at this campus are undergraduate, but we do offer a variety of graduate and doctoral, also certificate programs here too. The university does have housing and dorms available for students on this campus too. And then 40 miles west of Boston, we do have our Worcester campus, or Christian, you may say it a little bit differently than I do, but I say Worcester here in Boston. It was founded in 2000. This is our second largest campus. And it is located in the heart of downtown Worcester. Worcester is a very up and coming city, if you didn't know that. The campus is close by to several other colleges and universities, as well as a real central location near many healthcare facilities, including, like I mentioned, UMass Memorial Medical Center, and St. Vincent's are the large hospitals out there. But it is a really cool area, I have to say, and they're doing so much work over there to really revitalize it. It's really cool. But all of the programs that we offer on that campus are either graduate, doctoral, or even post-bac. And university-sponsored housing is available for students on the Worcester campus if you are interested in that. And then finally, we do have our Manchester campus, which was founded in 2002, just 2 years after Worcester. And this campus is located in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. This is the smallest of our campuses. It is the only, or it is only about an hour north of Boston in even Worcester. They're all within that campus is within driving distance from several healthcare facilities in the state of New Hampshire as well. I believe Elliott Hospital, Concord Hospital, Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, and then there's many more, but those are just some big ones to name a few. And there we do offer the post-baccalaureate, graduate, doctoral programs. And the one thing about campus housing here is that we don't offer on campus, but we do offer off campus housing. So if you are interested in living in that area, we can get you set up with that. And then, of course, we have the online programs, which we'll get into the MSN program. And there you can, it says balance your career advancement with your busy life. So you can keep working on your career in nursing while attending online school. So our university here, we have a lot to offer students. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of resources to offer students. So starting with interprofessional education, what we call IPE here in the healthcare field, ton of acronyms. You're going to start learning them here. So we call this IPE, which means at least once per semester, students do participate in IPE activities where they engage with other students from other programs. So for example, all the BSN students will be invited to this IPE and they'll be designated to each table. And at the table, there may be PA students, optometry students, and even OT students. And this is just a really great way for students to learn about other healthcare professions, how to work with patients and cultures and different backgrounds of patients, and also how to work as a team once employed in the healthcare system. As we've seen and what we are continuing to see trending, healthcare is really following a team-based approach to treating patients. And we really do focus on that aspect and find it to be integral. So you'll learn that right away here. But we also do have a hands-on supportive faculty that are in the very buildings that you're taking classes at. And so your faculty member might be right down the hall from where your class or your lab is. So you can just stop on by during their office hours or schedule a time if you're on campus to meet with them. They do have scheduled office hours designated for each student. You can usually see them posted on the door or in your syllabus, but they're often available to help students with questions they have throughout the day too. It's very common that our nursing students have questions, and our faculty, I hear from them all the time. If I'm with them, they're talking with a student in an hour, or they have a meeting at 2:30 with the student. So they're constantly meeting with students to answer and address any questions or concerns they have about, learning or understanding something. So they're a wonderful resource for you. We also do offer on-site mental health counselors, and we also have a Center for Professional and Career Development. And there they assist you with things like resume writing, mock interviews, a job search. I get a lot of questions about that. Is there somewhere I can go to help me, spruce up my resume when the time comes? Absolutely, we have that. Like I said, you'll most likely be offered a job in your last term, so you may or may not need them, but just to know that they're there for you, even as a graduate, they'll be there for you. Then apart from the academics, we have options to join nursing specific organizations and cross programmatic clubs. This is definitely a busy program and it's going to go by really fast, but there are opportunities to get involved in things like student government, campus activities, fundraisers, drives. I know the Nursing National Honor Society is quite popular with our students. They do like that. They give back during the year. They have coat drives, can drives. They work with the community during Thanksgiving to serve Thanksgiving meals to homeless. It's just it is a busy program, but there are many ways to be engaged and get your head out of the books for a little bit. Few more slides with me, I promise, in my heavy Boston accent, then I will turn it over to Christian. I think maybe two more. So hang in there, folks. But I hope you're still with us here. So because we're only getting more important with our content. So um, our School of Nursing, here are some of the additional highlights about our program. So our School of Nursing offers 3 styles of nursing programs. First, we offer the 16-month post-baccalaureate nursing program across the 3 campuses. That's the one we're here to talk to you about today. And this program typically does have 2 different start dates per year. The fall 2024, which we're still accepting applications for all campuses, and then the spring. And so we also offer an accelerated 32-month program on the Boston campus. That's really for students who are following more of a traditional path. Our traditional nursing program is a 3-year program, not to be confused with other kind of constituents who call their second bachelor's degree accelerated. Our traditional is accelerated, so we do offer a traditional program. It's just a little bit faster. And that's for folks who maybe fresh out of high school, have some transfer credit, may be interested in nursing. And then lastly, we do offer graduate nursing programs, including family nurse practitioner program, and Christian will provide some information for us about that in a little bit. We have, let's see, psych mental health nurse practitioner as well. And then we do have a doctorate of nursing practice, and that is all of those are offered in a convenient online format. So you can go through our nursing program. You'll have ample experience. I believe it's over 600 clinical placement hours by the time you graduate, and you'll be ready to go into that NP program. So let's go on. Okay, so this is one of the we're getting into the real exciting stuff about the nitty-gritty of the nursing. So during the post-bac nursing programs, our nursing students do have access, as I mentioned, to a wide array of resources to aid in their learning process and prepare them as a future career as a nurse. As I mentioned, we have mental health counseling, we have community experiences and resources and tutoring and all that, but we also have our students also have access to different types of educational technology, multiple clinical experiences in a variety of settings, NCLEX preparation throughout the entire time of the program. And then we also have, as you can see here, state-of-the-art labs and facilities that help prepare you for clinical. This is just a little snapshot. We just renovated our labs and our lab space, and it looks a lot like an emergency room now. So it looks kind of similar to this photo here. Which is really cool. We have sim labs again at all 3 campuses, and they have both general and high fidelity mannequins. The simulation lab really does serve as like a supportive and safe learning environment where you and your peers can practice what you're learning in the lecture and your clinical. Bridge any gaps. Think of this as the place you want to make the mistake. You don't want to make a mistake at your actual clinical placement. This is the safe place to make the mistake, trust me. They're really designed here to develop those real life critical thinking skills, like thinking quickly on your feet during those really complex care situations. We have mannequins in our sim lab that can talk back to you. They bleed, they go into cardiac arrest, hemorrhage, and even give birth. Noelle is our mannequin that gives birth. So we do have one. Then we have the different stages of the little babies too, which is pretty cool to see, hour to hour, day to day, how it changes. So nonetheless, our goal is to make the transition from the real world easier for you by preparing you in the state-of-the-art lab with state-of-the-art technology, test preparation, and things like that. So we have a lot to offer students in that regard. Now, in terms of clinical experiences and completing labs that I just mentioned, students do have that hands-on experience during the program by completing these clinical rotations. They complete a variety of clinical rotations during the program, including med surg, mental health or psych mental health, community care, maternity, pediatric, and advanced med surg. What's really exciting is that the clinical rotations begin in the very first semester. Boots on the ground. You'll begin right in the first semester of the program, like I said, and continue throughout the duration of the program. So all 4 semesters, you'll be quite busy with classes and clinicals and lab. These rotations do take place in a variety of different healthcare. Sorry, I'm just turning my volume here. Sorry, I tried to turn up my volume. I think I muted you. These rotations do take place in a variety of different healthcare institutions and clinical settings. We do have over 900 clinical placements across campuses, and they include skilled nursing homes, mental health hospitals, schools, hospice, home health agencies, many more. You name it, we have it. Rotations are assigned to you with a clinical coordinator. We do have a clinical placement team for you. You will work with them. You don't have to find something on your own. We do try to be as fair as possible and provide students with a combination of large name hospitals and community hospitals, and we do ask you to be flexible with this. One thing that faculty always does note is please be flexible, also have access to a vehicle. Those are 2 big takeaways that the faculty mentions. But as I mentioned, at MCP, we have over 900 different clinical placement sites throughout New England and beyond. So there's ample enough opportunities for everybody, but again, be open-minded is my best recommendation. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Christian now. So hopefully you learned a ton and you're about to learn a ton more. And I'll turn it over to Christian now.
All right. Hello, everyone. So if you were interested in applying, so our application process has just switched. We no longer accept applications on our direct website. So you would need to apply through the Nursing CAS system. And to do that, it would be the Nursing CAS direct website, which is nursingcas.org. So it's nursingcas.org. That's where you would submit your application and upload all of your documents directly to the Nursing CAS. So it would require the transcripts from all colleges attended. If you have an international diploma, it would require a transcript evaluation from either WES, which is World Education Services, or a similar type of company. We would also require a personal statement, and that is similar to an essay, telling just a little bit about yourself, why you want to enter the healthcare field, what you feel you can contribute, and we suggest 500 to 1,000 words for that. Megan, can you do the next slide for me, please? So the prerequisite requirements. So in order to apply, you would need to have a bachelor's degree, the personal statement, and then to complete this list of prerequisites with a grade of C+ or better. So you would need anatomy and physiology, 1 and 2, both with a lab included. You need microbiology with a lab. You would then need general chemistry 1 with a lab. And then you have the option to do general chemistry 2 with a lab or a health and nutrition course. You would also need human growth and development. This would have to include adult, child, and adolescent. And you would need a statistics course. Again, you would need to have a C+ or better in all of these courses in order for them to qualify. And you can complete them at any community college. But we also offer them ourselves. So you can take these courses through MCPHS, and we offer them as online courses. So that is an option for you. You also have the option to take AP or CLEP test out for those.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to go back. Here we are. Sorry about that, Christian. We were having a seamless show here until then. Sorry about that. Here we go.
No worries.
Were you done with this slide?
Yes, all done here.
Okay, all right. Let's keep it moving, folks.
So we also offer on-campus housing. So housing is available for students at our Boston and Worcester campuses. And the housing is actually very convenient. If you were to do nursing in Worcester, it is the housing rooms are actually above the nursing lab, and the library would also be in the same building. We offer a 24-hour fitness center, a cafe, computer labs, all 24-hour access for you. So you do have everything you do need within the one building. Um, there's also public safety that is at the front desk 24 hours a day, so providing a safe environment for the students. The housing is apartment style with suites, and you have individual rooms. It's actually very affordable as well. So it's competitively priced to the housing market in the local area, being Worcester and Boston. And financial aid is can also cover the cost of or part or whole cost of housing. There is a payment plan available that would be interest free, so that's something you can look into as well. The apartments do come fully furnished, and the rent is charged to the student per semester. Parking in Worcester is available. We have a designated lot, and there's also public transportation that is also available. So we do have financial aid available for those who qualify. In Worcester, we currently are doing anyone that is accepted to the program is automatically getting $20,000 scholarship. So you would receive that with your acceptance letter. So there's nothing you need to do that you would automatically qualify for that. And then to cover the balance, we would have you meet with one of our financial aid representatives, and they can go over with you what you may qualify for, what you may apply for. So we do suggest having a FAFSA on file, and one of our financial aid representatives can go over that with you during an affordability appointment. So nursing is a very exciting career. I know most of you have initially applied and had a first choice in another field, be it PA or another field. But nursing also provides a pathway that's very comparable. So I would suggest not to look at nursing as a step down, even if it wasn't your first choice, because there is a ladder in nursing and that you can move up that would be very comparable to PA. And one of those positions is a nurse practitioner, which is an advanced practice nurse, receives additional training and certification in a specific population. The NP role is expansion of the undergraduate nursing role. So this has opened doors to leadership, research, and educational opportunities with a medium annual wage of over 125K. It has a job outlook of 38% growth projected between 2022 and 2032. You have full practice authority in some states, allowed in every New England state as well. And you have the opportunity to specialize. So the graduate nursing programs we offer beyond the BSN, so you do have opportunities to advance your career, is first a family nurse practitioner. So this is a 24-month program, so a 2-year program that would be online. And here you would specialize in family medicine. And with this, you could work in a variety of settings, such as internal medicine, specialty clinics, nursing homes, and more. We offer a second master's program for the NP, and that will be psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. This is also a 2-year program. It would be online courses, and here you would specialize in mental health. Where you would assess, diagnose, and treat patients. Here you could work in a variety of settings, including community mental health centers, inpatient, outpatient, and much more specialty centers. With this, it would be part-time online, so it is flexible with asynchronous courses, meaning you wouldn't have any set times to log in for class. So you are able to do your classwork on your own schedule, which most people do find accommodating, especially if you've just finished your BSN and want to work and practice as an RN. We have 3 entry dates per year. So we have summer, fall, and spring. And with the fall, that would be September start. spring would be a January start, and summer would be a May start. And once you complete this program, you're able to sit for the AANP and the AANCC board. We have a competitive cost, and the financial aid is available for those who qualify. And it's also easy application process, which similar to the BSN, it would be through the nursing CAS. So as I mentioned earlier, I work with the Worcester campus. So if you were interested in Worcester, I would be your point of contact. My contact information is here with my email as well as my direct line. And if you were interested in Manchester, which is just an hour north of Boston, people are surprised how close it is, especially if you live on the North Shore. Hannah Castle would be your point of contact. So you can write down her contact information here. And then you've already met Megan, and she will be your point of contact for Boston.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, students, for being here today as well. I don't see any questions in the Q&A box, and we're like right on time here, which is phenomenal. But I did want to, make sure that I give you the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. And so I want to ask Christian real quick. One thing that I remembered but forgot, when you say full practice authority, when it comes time to get your MSN and everything, when you say full practice authority in some states, what did you mean by that?
That means that you wouldn't be limited to certain type of patients. So you would have access to adult, child, and it just creates more opportunities, more job opportunities. And when you are applying to jobs and updating your resume, it would make that applicant more appealing.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for clarifying that. Because sometimes we have no idea, what the MSN can really do and how it can really boost your career. And then in terms of the opportunities for the MSN, you really can specialize in a specific track like family medicine, mental health, and more, any of the ones that I really mentioned earlier. So it's really great because you can specialize in a specific track if you'd like. So that's exciting, but we'll hang on for another few minutes. I'm just looking to see if any questions came in. I don't see any. So we'll hang on for a few minutes. One thing I think we forgot to mention too is that because our applicants get so much coursework done, or clinical work, I should say, during our post-bac nursing program, they're eligible to go into our MSN program with that. When we get applicants from other schools, let's say the school up the street from us, Northeastern, okay, if they were to apply to the MSN at MCPHS, we need a resume and they need experience. We need to see that on their resume they have done work in the field, they have the NCLEX done. But for our students, we know that you have this work done. We know you have over 600 clinical placement sites and you're fantastic. So that goes without saying. You don't need any additional experience, which a lot of programs are going to look for. You will need to pass your NCLEX, between programs naturally, because you do have to have the NCLEX passed before you graduate, or I'm sorry, before you sit in seat for the MSN. So that's the one thing too. But a lot of times students will what's it called? They'll apply during their final semester as a post-bac nursing student, and then they'll get a decision, graduate, sit for the NCLEX within 2 months, and then hopefully pass. Here we have a high 90s to 100% pass rate at this time. So it's a good chance that you'll pass the NCLEX prior to the start of the term. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I would also encourage you all. I know that some of you were initially interested in PA, and not to look at the BSN as your end goal, because if you look further on as far as NP, as a nurse practitioner is very comparable to PA. So with the BSN, you're looking at 16 months. and then you have the option to move on to the nurse practitioner, which would just be another 2 years. So with that, I find it as on par with other degrees that would take 3 years to complete. So nurse practitioner is a very exciting field. It's in high demand. It has a high growth rate and a wage similar to other programs that you might have initially thought of.
That's a great point, Christian. When I mentioned the interprofessional education and sitting down at the round table with the people from different majors and everything, PA and nurse practitioners are on the same team. So if you go call up your doctor and they're not available, their PA might be. Or if you run out of your prescription, you can call their nurse practitioner and they can see everything. And you may even sometimes only talk to the nurse practitioner or the PA, but they're all on the same team. So it's a very similar role, which is why we like to highlight and have a night like this to highlight the post-bac to MSN track, because first of all, we get so many questions and students interested in it and going that path, regardless of their first choice major. But it's just a great opportunity. It's online, 2 years, and you're still working in the field and getting hours and everything. So, and learning and practicing. So, it's just great all around. So, still no questions have come in, but I hope that means that Christian and I were spot on and answered all the questions. But I do want to invite you. I hope you've already taken our contact information down. I don't know why my cell phone isn't up there, but that's my email. So please do feel free to reach out to us should you have any questions throughout the entire application process. Even if you are applying, you're applying on Nursing Cast, we're still your points of contact for the respective locations. So we do look forward to working with you and hearing from you and guiding you through this process. But Christian, unless you have anything else to add, I do want to just thank you all and Christian for being here tonight. And hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And if you're in Massachusetts, I hope you stay warm.
Thank you all for attending. We hope to hear from you soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye.